Howdy, folks. Mark Hewitt here, Flipside Trading, and we're here tonight to take a little bit of a market overview, see where the market may go here in the next week or two, how we may trade against that, and also talk about the first quarter and our trade performance. So let's get started. Let's jump in here and take a look at our market. And here we are. We're on the SPX, and you can see that we've been trading in these last 7 days. If you take a look at what we're doing, you can see that we have these successive higher lows every single day for like the past 7 days. This is very, very bullish. It's also kind of very exponential growth, and obviously the market likes to at some point in time take a pullback. So the question is, do we know where that is, and how can we actually calculate where that may be? So if we're thinking about a bullish scenario, one place it may go is to the all-time highs. It may bounce around a little bit to get there, but that's one area to look at. I think a more high probability area, especially in the near term, may have to do with the overall symmetry of the past runs. So let's take a look at that, and I'll show you what I mean. So here we are, and we saw the climb, from here to here. And what we're going to do, we're going to project that from this low. And you can see at 100%, it'd be at like 2906. I'm sorry, this is not the actual high. We'll go up there. There we go. I'm sorry, 2923. So we'll do the same thing for some of the other previous bullish runs that we had. And we'll go ahead and project those again from that same low. And we'll do it one more time because there's another one here that we want to take a look at, and that's this one to this high, and we project it from this low. Now, what you can see here is kind of this confluence, right? We have to remember that resistance, we always like to say it's a number, it's a single line, but it's really a zone. And we have this zone right here of resistance before we get to the all-time highs. And I think that more than likely that we'll probably hit that at some point and pull back. Now, if we pull back, where would we pull back to? And that would be right here to this gap level, right? The market does not like gaps. So regardless if we, hit the all-time high and bounce down, or hit this resistance level and bounce down, I think that's probably the way it's going to go, because the market's kind of extended. It needs to backfill the gap, and it needs to kind of take that rest. But potentially, the market doesn't always do what you assume it does, so you have to take a look at what are some of the other kind of converse scenarios. In this case, what does it look like from a bearish perspective, and how does the market and the market psychology think about that? Well, if you take a look, we kind of have this trend line right here, and you can see that based on that trend line, we could bounce off of that, or else we could do what the market really likes to do, is what's known as a run on stops, right? We can go ahead and just, poke above this in a candle, all right? So it'll come up, and then it'll close back down this way, and then it can keep closing till we fill that gap. That's definitely a possibility. So it's not a given that we'll go right to that zone. But either way, I think that before we get to all-time highs, either a bounce off of this resistance or kind of that resistance zone around 2918, is that we do come back and fill that gap, kind of re-energize the market before we get to new highs. And I think we probably will get to new highs. And then I think the market from there will create the fear of missing out, get it at an all-time fever pitch, and then we'll see a significant pullback, because then earnings seasons will be over. We'll be kind of in the summer doldrums, and I'm not so sure there'll be a lot of economic news at that point in time. And I look to see the market kind of a healthy pullback, not a recession, right? Just something of a bump and grind, as the market has a step function type approach as it goes higher. So that's kind of what we'll be trading against, those if-then scenarios. So expect a little some put verticals as well as some call verticals as we see how the market unfolds. Now, speaking of the market unfolds, and let's just talk about how the first quarter has unfolded. If we take a look at what we've done here in the first quarter, it's been great, right? Our trade performance at this point in time, we'll go ahead and take a look at that. It's here. It's on the website. It's for you guys to view. And you can see that our winning percentage is high, right? We're in the 90%. We're pretty much at the set and forget. We've basically only had 3 trades where you got to go ahead and intervene. You can see the largest one of them gave us a loss of $300. Obviously, we're still profitable, for that month. The other one, right, we had another loss, and then it was overall break even. So, if you're following along and you're nominally investing on a small account per the recommendations on the contract size and risk management, hopefully you've generated over 5K of profits at this time. Now, one of the key thing is not only we're doing well, but I go back to my premise, and I'll go ahead and show it to you in kind of the blog that will accompany this video, just to refresh what's happening. Kind of my core values from a mission statement standpoint, right? I'm doing this for this trading thing, and the reason why I left the professional world to go to the trading world, is for flexibility as well as financial freedom. And it's great to do something that you love, and it's great to do something with people that you really respect and have partners, and that's you guys, right? I don't want to deal with unknown folks and the uncertainty and the should we say lack of decorum associated with cyberspace. In addition, we kept this private, right? In the sense it's not open to the public, and allows me to be totally scalable and give you one-on-one service, and hopefully in a very, very timely manner, right? Text me, I text back, call me, I'm there. So we can get you situated and over the hump, because this is money, and money is important, and we definitely want to keep you on the right side, and I want to be able to fill that and help you not only understand what we're doing mechanistically and from an approach, but if you decide to take it further, well, hopefully these types of videos will provide you enough education to extend and even excel beyond what I'm doing today. And lastly, it's like, hey, these are people that I know, share the knowledge, share the wealth. It'd be great if we're all on an island someday, hoisting some cocktails. So given that kind of background premise, in order to expand the service but keep it small, what I definitely like to think is let this, quality begets quality. So if we open it up to your friends and family and provide you an opportunity, then that if somebody is referred, that we go ahead and remit a monthly subscription, back to you. Well, there you go. More power to you, and you can definitely take this kind of, share the wealth altruistic approach, with your friends and family who may have the same type of inclination, and let them hopefully extract the same type of value of the service, that you are. So it's really pretty simple. If we'll go back to the website and show you what it kind of looks like. So if you guys come back here and you recommend something to let's see if I can get back out. There we go. You say, okay, take a look at this, Uncle Joe, this might be something you're interested in. There's a password, right? We have a password protected because we don't want just anyone in. Again, it's only recommendations or invite only. And what I'll do is I'll send you that password via the text, because this is this blog and this information will be public. So you're getting your text line tomorrow. So once they go ahead and enter that, they can go ahead and let's just do that for you real quick. Sorry, bad typing skills there. And we go ahead and hit enter. Once you enter into this site, then if you remember, they have the same ability to, hey, what does it look like to enable? How do I set up an account? Obviously, most people then contact me, and I help them with that as well. Kind of the options overview, what we do, how we do it, kind of some primers there, around options and the service itself. And then obviously, once they're informed and they feel they want to take the next step, they can go ahead and subscribe now. Once they do that, if they've been referred by you, they just go ahead and put your name right here and hit submit. They hit submit, and after they pass the free month trial and they get into the regular subscription, then I would go ahead and credit your PayPal account. So it's really that easy. So if you feel inclined, that would be fantastic. At the same time, if you're really pumped up about the service, I would definitely appreciate a 2 or 3 sentence testimonial. Don't worry, I'll scrub your name, but I put that on the website as well. Just let other folks, even though we have the results and everything, to hear from you, and sometimes hearing from outside third parties also helps folks make a decision. So if that's something you guys are inclined to do, that'd be fantastic. So there you have it, right? You know where the market's going. We're now going to trade it. If you guys are interested in, sharing this, this system and approach in trading with other people, that high quality folks like yourselves that who have the patience, who potentially have the trust and are willing to put the time in, then I'm more than willing to help them become successful as well. So hey, enjoy the last of your weekend. I'm sure we'll see you soon and catch you on the flip side. Thanks.